everybody. This is Allison Pascone. I'm back again, Early Learning Librarian with Pierce County Library System. And I want to talk to you about a really important skill, early literacy skill. And I have to say this one is probably my favorite of all the early literacy skills. And it's such an important one. And I'm going to be talking about this skill and then sharing two stories on the flannel board that I think practice and demonstrate this skill in a really fun way. So the skill today is print motivation. Another big word. But print motivation, what it means basically is a child's interest in, enjoyment of, and love of books and reading. So obviously you can probably see why this is such an important skill. The more happy, positive, wonderful experiences children have in listening to and looking at books and pictures in books, the easier it'll be for them to learn to read, because they will be motivated to want to read because they've had so many fun, positive experiences around books and around reading. So there are several really easy ways that we can really help promote this skill of print motivation with children. First of all, just having books around. A variety of different kinds of books on different topics, different kinds of stories, books for different ages of children. So having board books for babies where babies can pick them up and explore with them, and of course put them in their mouth, because that's what babies do. That's how they learn about the world around them when they're very young. That's why board books are made tough. Like we say, chewing is reading. So that's their first reading experiences, and that's great. Those are what we want them to do. But also having books that represent all children too, having books where children can see themselves in the story, because what better way do we connect to a book than when we can relate to it on some level? If we feel a connection to the character in the book, we're much more likely to want to keep going with the story and read the story and finish it and have a connection to it. So having books out and around where children can get at them throughout their day is a wonderful way to work on print motivation. But also going with whatever children are interested in. So if you know that your child loves books about ocean animals, or if you know that they're really interested in airplanes, whatever it is that they talk about and are fascinated by and want to learn more about, you can find books on that topic. Sometimes they're true fact books that have photos or realistic pictures. Other times it might be a story on that subject or topic. Whatever children want and are interested in, they're going to keep going with, and it'll be more fun for them. But also, two more things, having books that are silly. I think funny books are some of the best ways for all of us to work on print motivation together, because you want to be reading books to children that you love and that you connect with. Because if you love them and enjoy them, the children are going to love them and enjoy them too. It'll naturally come through in the way that you read the story and in how much fun you're having sharing the story with children. If it's a book that you don't enjoy, that you don't connect with, don't share it. Find something else instead that you do. And of course, having the time, even if it's just a couple minutes, once or twice a day, but making sure it's uninterrupted time for you and your child, or you and your children, to share a book together, and having it be a special time that's sacred for the two of you or a group of you to read a story together, and have it be just set aside for that. And having it be a regular thing will best promote print motivation for children. So I want to share two of my favorite books that I love to read to children. So I'll show you what the book looks like, but we're going to tell the story on the flannel board today. So the first one I have, just down here, this is one you might have seen before. This is I'm the Biggest Thing in the Ocean by Kevin Sherry. And so instead of opening up the book and reading, I'm just going to show you the cover today, because we're going to tell it. I have it on my flannel board. I've made most of the fish that are in the book. All right, let's bring out our main character, which is the giant squid. Here he is. Okay. I'm a giant squid and I'm big. I'm bigger than this octopus. I'm bigger than this crab. Oh my gosh, we could have him hang on. I'm bigger than this jellyfish. I'm bigger than these turtles. 1. Let's see how many. 2. 3. I'm bigger. Ooh, here he comes. Than this shark. Shh. Let's be quiet. Let's not tell the shark. The shark might be mad. I'm bigger. I'm running out of room. I'm bigger than this fish. And that fish. And this fish. I'm the biggest thing in the ocean. Here comes somebody. Boop, 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 boop. Gulp! Oh. Where is he? He got swallowed. He's inside. Oh my gosh. Okay, he's gonna look around. He's thinking of what to say. I'm the biggest thing in this whale! I'm the biggest thing in this whale, just in case it didn't come through. And that's how the book ends. So there's so many different ways you can tell the story on the flannel board. This is how I did it. You can do it however you want. Obviously, the animals didn't all fit inside the whale, but I think children get the idea. So that was I'm the biggest thing in the ocean. So I'm going to take my whale off and take all my animals. In the book, there actually are a few more different kinds of fish. So I didn't make all of them. I abbreviated the story a little bit, but I got most of the fish in there. So, all right. And bye-bye to our squid. Okay. So the second story I want to share, put this down, so you can see the book here, is one that's been a favorite for a long time with me. I love this story. This is The Wide-Mouthed Frog by Keith Faulkner. It's a pop-up book. So it's a really fun one to read to children because it's pop-up, so it's sort of a 3D book. But I've created a story of it on the flannel board, so we're going to tell the story of the wide-mouthed frog today. All right, let's get him. He's going to hop onto my board. There he is. Oh, let's fix his mouth. Okay. I'm a wide-mouthed frog, and I eat flies, said the wide-mouthed frog, shooting out his long, sticky tongue. Blub, blub, blub. He's trying to catch flies. As he hopped along, the wide-mouthed frog met a blue, feathered bird. I'm a wide-mouthed frog, and I eat flies, said the wide-mouthed frog. What do you eat, bird? I eat wriggly worms and slugs, replied the bird, snapping his pointy beak. Snap, snap. Next, the wide-mouthed frog met a furry brown mouse. I'm a wide-mouthed frog, and I eat flies, said the wide-mouthed frog. What do you eat, mouse? Make whiskers? I eat juicy berries and crunchy seeds, replied the mouse, wriggling her whiskers. Sounds better than worms. The wide-mouthed frog was still catching flies when he saw a big, oh my gosh, green alligator. Oh boy. Okay. I'm a wide-mouthed frog and I eat flies, said the wide-mouthed frog. What do you eat, alligator? I eat delicious wide-mouthed frogs, replied the alligator, showing his sharp white teeth. Uh-oh. The wide-mouthed frog stopped catching flies and gulped. Then, whoop, he puckered his lips. He made his mouth as small as possible. Ooh, you don't see many of them around, do you? He said. And he leaped into the pond with a splash. He got that alligator with some water, didn't he? So the wide-mouthed frog got away from the alligator today. So this is such a fun story to share, and there's so many ways you can do it. I decided, I hope this is not backwards, but I made the word splash, and I just glued different felt letters onto a background so I could just put this on top of the alligator every time I was telling it. Made it easier than trying to spell out the word or do anything else with it. And of course with stories you can make it open-ended. You can do voices, you can do actions. I like to have the children, when I'm telling it to them, open their mouths as wide as they can too, so that they're pretending to be the wide-mouthed frog while we're saying it together. And a lot of them will say, I'm a wide-mouthed frog, and they're opening their mouth wide. So they're participating in the story too, which makes it really fun. Again, for working on print motivation, which is having fun with a story, a funny story or a story you love, something that captures children's interest. Whatever it is, there are all kinds of wonderful books to work on print motivation, and you can turn some of them into flannel boards too. All right, so thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.